Welcome to Cross Transformation. It's Mariam here, and today I'm going to be talking to you about healing traumas, ego and grief. The very process that ego doesn't want us to experience, because ego's continuity depends on us not grieving those losses. Those losses do come from ego's narratives. There was this initial loss to begin with, and then the ego created its own narratives using those experiences. And guess what? We keep finding ourselves walking into realities that there is someone or somebody there reflecting on those ungrieved losses. So today I want to emphasize on the importance of grieving those losses, because if we don't do it, there will be someone somehow in another reality who is going to reflect on the importance of grieving our childhood losses, especially when it comes to neglect, rejection, and abandonment. So the question is, what are the examples of those losses that we need to grieve? Maybe you lost your mom to alcohol, maybe you were abandoned, maybe there was no communication about love, maybe you couldn't express your emotions, maybe you couldn't express who you are, who you truly are, maybe there was no communication about what love is, maybe you lost your sibling, maybe you had to compete for love, maybe there was this ruptured connection with mom or a ruptured connection with your dad that you never found yourself capable of repairing that ruptured connection. So all of those things and many more can be a type of loss that we need to grieve, especially, as I said, when it comes to abandonment, neglect, and rejection. So somehow when we don't grieve those losses, there is this thing in the unconscious mind that I'm going to verbalize it and pronounce it to you, that doesn't allow us to move forward with life. So we keep entering realities that we don't like them at all, but somehow we don't know why we are walking into them, and we keep questioning ourselves, what is it that I'm not doing right? So the very thing that is sitting in the unconscious and is the result of not having grieved our childhood losses is called hope. And you're gonna go like, what? Isn't that good to have hope? I'm not talking about that. I refer to that as confident hope. But this hope in the unconscious is due to that loss that we haven't grieved. Let's say you experienced abandonment, and that abandonment was quite frequent. In the unconscious, the ego created this state of being, hoping for that person to return, hoping for your mother to give up her addiction. So in the unconscious mind, somehow you learned to have this fake hope, hoping for somebody to return to you, to resume connection, to love you again. Somehow that hope gave you the anticipation of this person will return, this person will love you again. But guess what? That hope is not healthy, because it doesn't allow us to grieve that loss. So we better grieve that loss, to embrace it, to make peace with it, instead of allowing that unconscious mind to hold us in that trap, hoping for someone's return, hoping for that person to come back. Meanwhile, they were abandoning you quite frequently. So it is good to understand what is sitting in the unconscious so we can let it go and we can begin the process of grieving that lost. So I want to encourage us today to see if you have been practicing that fake hope, holding somebody in your unconscious, hoping that they will return to your childhood, hoping that they will love you again, hoping that they will change their mind about you. We want to let that hope go so we can grieve that loss. That is what I did with my dad. I kept hoping for his return. I kept hoping that that frequent abandonment will come to an end. And I was attracting all these guys from one reality to the next, trying to find my dad through them. Until one day I realized that hope is not serving me, and I must grieve the loss of my dad and that connection and that love. And guess what? I was no longer finding myself walking into those realities, finding men that would reflect abandonment, neglect, and love equals ruptured connection. That's it for today's video. Hopefully you'll find this video helpful. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Bless your soul. Look after your precious soul. And I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day and God bless you.